What's up guys, how the heck are you doing? If you're new here, my name is Drewxcifer, and on this channel I teach filmmaking tips, tricks, and tutorials. And today's video is no exception. Because today I'm going to be showing you 5 different lighting setups that will take your filmmaking to the next level. And the best part about it is these 5 lighting setups, or these 5 looks, you can achieve with one single light. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So before we begin, I just want to put it out there that all 5 of these lighting setups are pretty basic, but that doesn't make them any less effective. These lighting setups have been used in cinema for decades, and if you don't know about these, then you don't understand how easy it is to start crafting a cinematic image using light. And beyond that, if you do know about these, sometimes on set we all get overwhelmed and we try to think of where is the logical place to start lighting a scene, and if you revert back to one of these 5 lighting setups, it will get you started in the right direction. All 5 of these lighting setups are going to act as just your key light, and sometimes that is enough to light a scene, but if it's not, once you start placing other lighting elements within your scene, you will start seeing how these lights compared with other lights can really craft a cinematic image. So for example, right now we're being lit by this as a key light. Watch what happens when I turn all of the other lights off. And now we turned all of the lights off minus my key light right here. And it looks pretty cool, but it also sort of looks like I'm being interrogated by the police. So the only light I didn't turn off was this neon light back here, but that's not adding any sort of light spill or any sort of illumination to me, so I just didn't cut that one off. However, you can see how different it looks with just your key light versus when you start adding lights in. So let's go ahead, let's add these lights back in one more time so you can see what it looks like, and then we will get into this tutorial. Alright, so here's all the lights back on, and maybe you liked it better when it was just the key light. But if I was talking about maybe more of a serious subject matter, I would shoot like that, because it doesn't look nearly as inviting as seeing my space lit up, sort of inviting you guys into my space. You can craft so many different emotions and tell so many different stories with light, and that's exactly what we're about to talk about right now. So here we go.
Number 1, flat lighting. Flat lighting is a technique that looks exactly as it sounds. When the light source is positioned close to the camera and it's pointed directly at the subject. Flat lighting talent will leave very little shadows and will conceal many facial imperfections. Flat lighting is good for beauty lighting, high key, and headshots, and when you want to eliminate shadows. So you can use flat lighting when you're trying to get a cinematic image, but more or less it's if your actor or your talent has a bright light shining in their face, maybe something particular to science fiction. It's great for lighting objects and that sort of thing. Number 2, Paramount Lighting. This one is an old Hollywood trick, and again is a technique used to beautify a subject. This is sometimes called butterfly lighting. Paramount lighting, just like flat lighting, keeps the light source in front of your subject, but instead of lighting them straight on, you want to raise the light source above your camera and angle it at your subject until you see a few shadows appear on their face, most notably the butterfly shape under their nose. Like I said, this was big in a lot of your early days, the golden era of Hollywood. They really like to light women, especially this way, just to make sure that their skin looked flawless. Number 3, loop lighting. Loop lighting again builds on the previous lighting technique, but it's a bit more dynamic than Paramount lighting. As more of your subject is in shadow, you still want your light above the subject's eye line and angled down, but you're going to move the light and position it at 30 degrees from the center of your subject. This technique will help accentuate your subject's features, but will help hide imperfections. So this lighting technique is sort of the best of both worlds. When you want to hide those imperfections, but you also want to start adding more dimension to their face. This is a great cinematic lighting setup, a good place to start your key light whenever you're trying to light a scene for the first time. Number 4, Rembrandt Lighting. Named after the famed Dutch artist, Rembrandt light is defined by the triangular pool of lights that's seen on the shadow side of the face. That's how you know you're really nailing this technique, is when you see that triangle. The lighting setup is gritty and shows imperfections in your subject's face, and is great for shots that contain lots of emotion. This technique is great for interviews. This will get you that Netflix interview style right here. The lighting technique is achieved by moving your light source between 45 and 60 degrees from the center of your subject. Number 5, split lighting. Split lighting is a technique that splits light down the center of your subject's face. This is a very dramatic lighting method. This type of lighting highlights any possible textures or imperfections on your subject's face. So if that's a concern, I would avoid this technique at all costs. However, just like Rembrandt lighting, this look is very gritty, dark, and is perfect for delivering emotion without your subject even having to say a word. To achieve this look, lower your light to eye level with your subject and move the light source to the side or at 90 degrees to your subject. And that's it. Perfect contrast and moodiness. Again, this is perfect for that Netflix interview look. This is perfect for getting those thriller, crime drama, or horror scenes.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this lighting breakdown of these 5 lighting setups and you learned something new as well. Let me know down in the comments which one of these 5 lighting setups was your favorite. So guys, if you like this video, you're not going to want to miss this video here. Also subscribe to the channel and ding the bell so you don't miss any filmmaking tips, tricks, or tutorials. Again, my name is Drewxcifer, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.